How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. Just a little bit of a minor update, not all that much going on. Got another video card coming that will be here when it gets here, I guess. A couple of fan upgrades and some really old Japanese import video game thing for whatever reason. Okay, it's not really mining stuff, but I have a whole bunch of a huge video game import collection. That's a Famicom, otherwise known as the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, along with the disc system. Old school stuff. And some old school cards. But that's just kind of a little bit of a side note there. I've still been mining, I've still been doing good. I got my hands on a newer version of a Zotac 3090. It's like a Amp Hollow Extreme, but it's their V2 or something like that. No LHR, because 3090s don't have that yet. It's on the way, not here yet, but it will get here. And I apologize for the noise. I've just got done resetting all this stuff, and I never knew changing out fans would be such a task. I actually had to reroute my water cooling here. Okay, this is going to be a little loud, but I apologize for that. But all these fans, I got 3 of the Noctua fans. These guys, the Noctua Industrial PPC 3000 PWM, 6 of these guys, 3 and 3, and I'll tell you right now, it's already making a difference. I haven't had this thing running for very long. If you're wondering what this is, I'm actually bleeding the air out of this thing, and it's almost done bled, but I think I'm actually just going to let it sit here overnight. It do what it do. But I also had to get a fan controller and kind of mount it on this thing. I didn't want to mount it on the radiator. I wasn't ever planning on doing that. It's got a little sticky tape there. But here's the cool thing. These fans are blowing really, really good. Okay, now the previous one, these guys, you can't even barely feel breeze behind here. Like, if I put my hand back here, there's like, I mean, you really have to pay attention to even notice it. And it might be a placebo effect. No air might actually be getting through that. I don't know. These guys are easy to tell. Okay, now, these are probably only like 1200 RPM junk things. They don't seal well. They're just crap. I think they're 1200 RPMs, maybe 15. Don't know. These guys are 3000. They're obviously louder. You can hear all the noise around me, that's for sure. But these guys, I put 3 of them on here. Here's the difference. I knew right away what the difference was. I let it mine for a little while, and previously I would go like this, and this would be like, up top here would be just like really, 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 really hot, right? And then as you go down, it'd be hot, hot, warm, warm, and at the very bottom, it might be just, you know, starting to cool off. This is a huge difference. Up here, a little warm, like lukewarm at that. A little lukewarm here, cold, 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 ice cold, ice cold, ice cold, freezing. Okay, huge difference. Massive difference between the temperatures and everything. Just from feel. And, you know, these guys over here, you know, since all of these are in line, obviously these guys over here are benefiting too. So, here's the plan going forward. This might actually end up being feasible just by getting some really, really good fans. Now, I really have to get all this bled. I actually had to reroute this. Okay, originally this went from here down to here, but I couldn't do that because this fan makes the, you know, it sits on this. It sits on this guy right here. I can't turn it down, so I had to reroute, which ended up letting a lot of air in, and I had to redo this. It's a pain, but it'll work. But I'm probably going to end up having to do it again, because what I'm going to do is take this radiator off. Okay, I'm going to take this off, reroute this guy straight into here, and see how 3 radiators work. If 3 radiators work just fine, then I'm going to take off this radiator. And if it turns out having neither one of these radiators hooked up has this water cooling going good, then guess what? We're in business. But that also means I'll have to get 6 more of these fans. And these things are 25 bucks a pop, so $75, $150. Eesh. Money I don't want to spend. But the thing is, these things are staying so nice and cool, I might be able to start overclocking these guys. But like I said, I'm weeding it down. I don't want to mess with that just yet. We will get there. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. I have been recording in 4K, and I don't know if it actually makes any kind of difference, but hey, everything is working good. Let's see, I got that one card coming, and I'm probably going to end up putting it here somewhere just because I kind of need to. The Zotac amp hollow, whatever the heck it is, when it gets here, I'll hook it up. The first thing I'm going to do is replace the thermal pads because Zotac, okay? If anybody has a Zotac card out there, any of you guys, please note that at least historically, the Zotac cards have been absolutely crap in terms of thermal pads and thermal solution in that regards. So do replace those thermal pads. Highly recommended on my part. And it's also highly recommended on my part that you play this game. If anybody recognizes it, it's Life Force, as it's known in the States, Salamander elsewhere. Great shoot 'em up, really difficult, super classic. But yep, that pretty much sums that up. And of course, I'm still streaming away, doing a whole bunch of stupid Warzone. I did a little bit of retro stream. I got a whole setup to where I can stream a whole bunch of retro games, and not just NES and that, but a whole bunch of other stuff. And even bought a temperature gauge for him in here because this room has, oddly, even though the temperatures outside are getting nice and cooler, this room's starting to warm up a little bit. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We'll see you in the next video.